Your first image makes or breaks your Amazon listing. Here's the difference between a good and bad. So your first image should always be getting better. You shouldn't just set it and forget it, right? Nothing's perfect. And you can see right here, this was actually a listing breakdown of how it changed when we first started managing a client to today, right? So first, this is a biodegradable grocery bag, and it just looks pretty terrible, right? It looks gray, it looks fake, everything just looks etched on. It's a 3D image, not good at all. So the first thing that we did is said, okay, we need to change this. At least the first thing we need to do is change this to an actual grocery bag so people don't think they're buying something fake, right? So then, boom, we changed it to this, and this automatically spiked sales. Like it was night and day difference. As you can see, this is completely night and day, right? One looks real, one looks fake. Good stuff. Next thing we did is I looked at our competition, looked at other categories. How can we stand out? So we added a splash in the background. And then, of course, people are saying, oh, you can't add a splash. You can't, you can do anything on Amazon as long as you don't get caught, right? So we didn't, nothing. Well, Amazon did not care. And this greatly increased sales and clicks, organic clicks. And that's what we wanted. Like, imagine you're scrolling and you see this. You're going to be like, what the hell? You see this? Oh, that looks nice. And then you see this. This really catches your eye. And that's what you want. You want to catch people's eyes and then have them click, even if it's clickbait. All right. As long as you're delivering. Then, of course, Amazon did say, hey, you can't put 250 count up here in the top right corner. We were like, okay, but they didn't say anything about the splash in the background. So we just removed that. And again, still didn't really make a difference at all with that. And then it's like, okay, how much better can it get than this? Well, now this is it today. And in my opinion, it looks even way more professional. So now it looks more professional. It's got this little piece of grass on there, this little flower, potentially, plant, that makes it that shows that it's eco-friendly right from the get. The goal is, when you look at the listing, you want people to know exactly what it is, what it's for, who it's benefiting. This is benefiting the earth, the planet, the world. It's for people who want to make a change. And that's what this shows in this. And of course, it says biodegradables, right? So it shows that just within the matter of seconds. When this one's more clickbaity, right? This one has a deeper meaning and a deeper connection. And that helped lead us to why we're doing so well on Amazon ads today. Right now, we've got a 9% ACoS, which is unheard of for most categories on Amazon. We spent $400, made over $4,000 for this client. Extremely good, does extremely well. So you can definitely take away something like that. Making the product better, making the first image better does make a significant difference. Maybe not instantly, but when you go from this to this, it usually is instant. Now, you also need to understand what a bad first image looks like and why is it bad. So having a checklist for you or for your team or for your designer, right? The first thing is if it looks fake, okay? Or if it looks cheap. These, they don't look fake, but they do look cheap, right? It looks like I'll drop it, it'll break it, right? How can we make this look more expensive? That's what we want to think about, right? And if it's hard to tell what it is, this I already know right from the get, it's a water gun. It's pretty easy. But what if you put it in front of a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old? Would they know right away that it's a water gun? Maybe they might just say gun. Maybe they might say Nerf gun. You want people to know right away that it is a water gun. That's called the 10-year-old test. And so many products fail this test, right? Where you put the product in front of a 10-year-old and they say it's wrong. They might say it's something close, like, oh, it's a gun. It's a Nerf gun, which is close. But no, you want them to say water gun, right? And in order to do that, you really need to optimize your photos and make sure, like this one, here's an example. If we put this in front of a 10-year-old, it's got the water splashing in the back. It makes it, and it also looks higher quality. It's a very, very high quality 3D image. water gun. They're most likely going to say water gun. It literally says shooting water, right? So now there's a lot higher likelihood and less confusion. In today's world, you only have, many people have a short attention span. So you need to make sure that you capture them right from the get. And that's going to be your first image. Another good one is this ball. If you put this, does it look fake? I mean, it looks okay, right? I wish it could be a little bit better. It's hard to tell what it is. Obviously, you and I probably know what it is. But if you put it in front of a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old, do they know exactly what it is, right? They might, but there's a chance they might not. Now, this is where you can also stand out compared to this competitor right here. We're going to bring her up. Now, this is selling a yoga ball, right? And it's the same thing. It's literally a yoga ball, but it shows somebody on top of it. And it makes you want to click, especially if you know who the product is for. It's going to make you want to click more. And there's a reason why this yoga ball has so much more sales than this one. And it's because of the first image, right? The first image, it's going to convert better. It's going to have relatable customers. So you're automatically showing the target audience is pregnant woman. So this is just a ball, but they're marketing it as a pregnancy ball, potentially, right? And this is what's getting them so many sales. It's targeting so many women. And if you can do that and you can put somebody utilizing the product in the first image, it will make a big difference, right? So those are an example of a good image versus a bad image. Again, we're going to do one more. And I want to do this mask, right? And again, people might say, oh, it's a mask or it's an eye mask. It's a sleeping mask. But again, we want to have a deeper connection. And in order to do that, we've got another one like this one. So again, night and day. If we had the same exact picture, put that at the top and put somebody sleeping with it on, you're going to get more clicks. It's going to convert much better, right? Again, with this short attention span economy, they want to be like, I know that's what I want. Click it, buy it. She's wearing it. I could wear it. Boom, right? You want to make it fast. And that's going to be the difference between a good first image and a bad first image. And I know most of you are just going to keep this one such a basic, plain background image. And you're going to be like, why am I failing on Amazon? And I'm telling you why, right? You're not making your stuff better. You gotta put in the effort. Now, another good way to make your first image better, because a lot of us aren't super creative and we're like coming up with tons of ideas, but you can look at other competitors. You can look at competition, your competition, obviously, but look at competitors in completely different categories and see what do they do to stand out. And then you can utilize that for your own brand, or at least get ideas, get the creativity juices flowing. So if I type in tea bottle, which ones are standing out, right? And we can look down and we can see this one. It literally has berries. Let's look at it. Which ones are catching your eye? It literally has berries. It doesn't come with berries, but it's got the berries. It's got part of this, looks like tea, mint or something. And it has everything in super HD. So again, how are they standing out? Headache clip, right? Something to stop headaches. They've got the hand in the image. They all have the hand in the image, showcasing the product and how it works. So again, this helps generate more sales. They've got 200 bought in the last month. And if they didn't have this and it just had the clip, I know not only you and I would be crazy confused, but that 10-year-old test would fail right away. And then the forearm workout. Okay, so these three, they could have so much more sales, in my opinion, if they optimize their first image. But what they're doing right now is they're already generating a lot of sales. So they're just like, oh, we're just going to set it and forget it. But their sales could be higher if they at least did an A to B test on their first image with somebody using the product. So again, a hand in here would make a difference. I'm probably not going to buy that. I want to see an actual hand using it. So I might click on a competitor before I click on them. These ones really stand out because, again, they have people utilizing the product. If it was just alone, it could be confusing to a 10-year-old. It shows the packaging. It shows them utilizing the product. And this is what people want to see. This is why they're generating so many sales. And it looks like it's just a random brand, AJKPL, a random brand, and why they're doing so well. Now, when you are on Amazon and you want to do that first image, what I do recommend, if you're skeptical, is do that image test. So you can go to brands, manage experiments, and you can do an A to B test of your first image, just your first image, right? And on that A to B test, Amazon's going to tell you what the winner is, and they can automatically publish the winning photo. Now, you want to make sure that the test lasts long enough so you can get enough data, but Amazon does a really good job at this. So you can A to B test and you won't take a huge hit. Now, that's it for today's video. If you want more Amazon videos, tell me what to cover next in the comments. If you learned something new, drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need help with increasing sales, anything mentioned in this video, or just help selling on Amazon, contact EHP Consulting Group. The link is right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. Also, one of our most popular services is our full Amazon account management service. This is where we're coming in. We're optimizing all of your ads. And before we optimize your ads, we look at all of your designs to make sure your click-through rate's good. And that includes your first image. We have a whole design team. We have an advertising team, counterfeit removal team. Everybody specializes so that way you can get a huge benefit on expanding your service while we're doing the day-to-day operations, helping you save time, money, and increase sales with EHP Consulting Group. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, and I'm signing out.